What's up, everybody? This is Showtime. Showtime trying to fit us over here. Size, growth, whoosh, get big. All right. So, 2,000. Enough with the breathing already. Jeez, dog. All right. So, back to what I was talking about. No, not dog. God damn it. These fucking dogs to get my mind all confused, right? All right. Let me just do this video over again. I'm gonna make an attempt to just keep doing it raw improv. Be quiet, dog. I'll be with you in a minute. All right. So, 2009, Mr. Oregon, 2009, put on by Turk Feekling and Andre Squat, both great bodybuilding champions, both the state and national level. Fair enough. And both a hair of an at's ass away from being pro. Top 6, top 14, both of them. And I think both top 3 to 6, both of them in USA's. These guys, like I said, hair of an at's ass away from pro cards, right? They've gotten athletes pro cards too. So is Matt Porter, so is Roger and Ali Baker, right? These coaches, they know what the fuck they're doing, right? They're great athletes first, and then great athletes and coaches simultaneously, right? So, goddamn, that fucking door keeps ringing, and nobody's there. It's either ghosts or it's a fucking light circuit thing. Alright, so I was doing some hardcore training for that, okay? I had some really decent off-season size this time, okay? So, I can't remember what I go up to that time. 240, 250 maybe, right? And so a lot bigger than at 08 when I chopped down to 202 for the first show, 201, 202, and then 196 for the second show. Those both national qualifiers, but I had only bulked up to 226 from 216, right? So this time, I get up to at least 240, okay, or bigger. And my old time body weight, I'll get to later. But, so I dropped down to, I believe I was what was I in that show in the Oregon? 211 maybe? I think it was 211 or 213, right? Somewhere in there. And it was a tough class. Heavyweight division, of course, because you're over 198 a quarter, you're heavyweight. I had some winners, big shows in my class. There was a guy with ginormous arms, right? His name was this was the week after that, so skip that. This is the Oregon. So there's a really good guy that Andre Scott was training. He was top 5. There's another guy that was top 5 or better in the Emerald Cup just a couple months before that, because here we are in July and the Emerald was in April. So he's coming back just as good or better than he was in Emerald and in my fucking class. And then there was fucking Matt Porter in that class. And there was a pissed off guy who missed the 198 and a quarter class by 3/4 of a pound. He was pissed off because he was 199. And he went, and I'll get to that later. And then there's another guy that was really good. Fuck, everybody knows who he is. Matt Loudon. He was in my class, okay? And yes, it was a stat class, right? There was 6, 8 guys in there. 10. No, there was 8 to 10 in that class. I remember that now. Because the guy that fucking missed the light heavyweight by the hair of an at's ass would have been top 5, but he fucking missed it by 3/4 of a pound and was pissed off, and he was 6th. He was 6th place, so he missed the top 5. Goddamn doorbell. He missed the top 5 by the hair of an at's ass. So we go out for fucking prejudging, and I was really happy with my conditioning because it was way fucking better than because it was just as hard as the year before, but more size and more vascularity, okay? So, and more lines, okay? Even though I had good lines in 08, I had better lines in 09. So I was fired up about that. I was happy about it, and I was all pumped up. I was coming down the fucking stairs, man. Coming down the stairs, and this fucking thing, this was 08, never mind. I'll still tell the story. I had some waxing maze, right? And I had to take this for the vascularity to come out. This was in 09, this was in 08. And I come down the stairs and I'm in a hurry because I'm trying to fucking make sure that the damn doorbell. There's nobody there, by the way. So I I was all fired up and stressed out though. I was stressed out because I had to pump up, I had to get on stage, I was doing mixed pairs, I was doing them open, and all this shit, and then I was making sure that my wife was able to find it and trying to get her fucking seated and all this other shit. I had all these things going on in my mind, right? And then, I fucking dropped the Maximaze when I was hustling down the stairs. I fucking rolled down the stairs, and then on that last one I did a flip and boom, and it broke and it went all over the fucking floor, man. There goes my fucking vascularity, just like that, right? I fucking fizzled out with the fucking fluid all over the fucking floor. I found out all about that story when I told the '08 story, but that was in '08. This is '09. I didn't have that issue. Everything went very smooth for the most part, and then and I went out there and we did the mixed pairs, and it was me and Ingrid, and I prepped her for that show as far as the posing, and I trained with her 3, 4 in the morning. We would do our 2 hours of cardio. We'd also do anywhere from 2 to 5 hours of weights a day, and we both came in pretty decent condition, right? And she won fucking everything. She won her class. She was a middleweight. She won her middleweight class, first place votes all the way across. She won the overall, also first place votes all the way across. Out of the light, middle, and heavy, I think it was first place votes all the way across. And I think Susie Thorpe was first that year in the lightweight. I can't remember for sure. First or second. This was before she peaked. She got bad after that. She was good in '09, but she hit like 2011, fucking 2012. She was dominating, man. She was fucking bad. She was real bad. But anyways, she looked good in '09, to where she either won or was second in the lightweight. Okay. And here's how much she came up later in future shows. She got up to fucking middleweight or heavyweight, tighter. Okay. But Ingrid, and I mean, no fucking surprise, right? Because her prep coach was Roger Baker, same as mine, and her husband is Joe DeRusi, the Beast. I mean, no shit, right? They won a bunch of mixed pair shows and everything else. So me and Ingrid, we did the mixed pairs. We won first place ultimate cross state champions in that, and then of course she won her class. She won the open, women's. So she was Miss Washington, middleweight, and she was also overall. She beat the heavyweight and the lightweight. So that was a good show for her. And she got Best Poser Award, I got Best Poser Award. And that was against some really good poses, right? Because you had some good champions in there. And as far as the way that I did, I was pleased with the way the show went. But I was fucking 4th place, right? So, really good guy that Andre was training, Andre Scott, he was 5th. That other poor guy, we were backstage and everybody was like really friendly and stuff. Matt Porter was back there, Matt Loudon. I never met the guy, and Ben started BS. So me and Ben and Matt were all BSing backstage, talked about how the camaraderie was really good back in the day. At this show, though, it was a lot more serious for whatever reason, but still fairly laid back, right? But it was kind of weird because the guy that fucking didn't make weight, I'm looking around fucking lotion. I didn't realize that fucking with the spray tan thing, they took care of you, the glaze, right? So he has his own glaze and stuff, and so Ben was like, "Hey man, can we borrow these?" He's about to say, "Yeah, sure." And look, he looks down at his fucking glaze and fucking looks up at me. He's like, He's like, "Oh hell, man," So we're all okay. That's cool. We understand, right? But fortunately, the people that did the spray tan also did the glaze, so that was cool. So went out there, did the mandatories. Wasn't 100% sure where I placed, but I was pretty sure I was like 4th or 5th, right? Because just the way that they moved me out towards the end. It's always better if you move towards the center. But I had no clue I was being getting Best Poser Award, right? So when I went to the night routine, did all that stuff, we won the mixed pairs, I got the Best Poser Award. I was very happy considering I only finished 4th in that show. And I got look at the guys that beat me, and 3rd place guy was, like I said, top 5 Emerald Cup. 2nd place was Matt Porter, and 1st place was Matt Loudon, who the next week went and got, who'd already won Junior Nationals. He went to USA's. Next week was 3rd place, right? So having that's ass away, that's 2 places away from pro. So it's not it wasn't like I was a bunch of guys that weren't very good, right? These were some animals. So, and then I think that Mr. Washington the next week was even tougher, right? Because the same two out of three guys that were there that beat me in the Oregon were there in the Washington too. So, we knew it was a good class because when we went out there, and there was only like 6 or 8 of us in there. Like, God dang, the judges were like, how do all the dadgum guest posers get in the same class? And that was an honor to me to hear that because, I knew I was at least in the top 5 and fucking, when they said it like that, you knew that there were multiple guys that could be potential guest posers, and that was an honor to me because at that time I had never ever in my life been offered a guest pose appearance, right? Except for one time in college when they were doing a bodybuilding camp, but that doesn't count because they were just doing a bodybuilding club, and so they had me come in and guest pose for that as a college kid in the 90s, but that doesn't count. That wasn't NPC. It only counts when it's NPC, right, or IFBB. Then you're a legit guest poser, right? So I was fired up about that because I just got kind of planted the seed. I'm like, yeah, I think I could do that then, because I look like I belong in here, I was pretty sure where the chips were going to fall. I was pretty sure I was going to be 3rd or 4th, which I was, right? And Roger says, you're fucking right in there. You can be, Matt Loud's really hard to beat, but you can, you're right in there with Matt Porter. Your guys' physiques were really similar. He said, you guys, I felt that could have went either way, and Ben was thinking the same thing. And that was an honor to me because fucking, I was like, you guys are just being fucking nice because fucking Matt Porter is fucking way better bodybuilder than me. But at the same time, just to say that I belonged on the same stage with him, that was a big compliment, right? And so much of the sport is here anyways, right? So you got to believe it to achieve it. So, Matt Porter kicked my ass almost every single time. Don't get me wrong. Don't let me fool you. It wasn't like I was started beating him every time after that, okay? Because that's just not true. But there was only one time in my entire life. Well, I'm going to save that story for later, okay? But anyways, so the next week was the Mr. Washington. Oh fuck, I didn't get the best poser in the Mr. Oregon. I didn't get it until the Mr. Washington the next week. And that's when Ingrid won too. So Ingrid wasn't even at that fucking show. So scratch that. She was the Miss Washington champion. Okay, so I kind of comboed two classes in a way, but my class was a little accurate, and so was everything about Ingrid. Just push her wins as Miss Washington, not Miss Oregon. Okay, so I was 4th in the Oregon, and then let's fast forward now to and the placings with that were correct. 6th place guy should have been a light heavy, but he wasn't, so he was a 6th place heavyweight instead of a light heavyweight winner in the top 3 or top 5. Okay, and then there was a guy that Andre Squad trained 5th. I was 4th. Guy that was top 3 or top 5 emerald a few weeks before, 3rd, and then 2nd was Matt Porter, and 1st place was Matt Loudon, and those 2 guys swept it. Matt Loudon, 1st place, votes all the way across. Matt Porter, 2nd place, votes all the way across. 3rd was all over the fucking place. 3rd was 3rd, 4th, 6th, 7th, 5th, 3rd. It was all over the fucking place. But no 2nds, no 1st. So 1st and 2nds were definitive. 3rd, 4th, and 5th were all over the fucking shots. We could have been interchanged easily, okay? I could have easily been 3rd, I could have easily been 5th. Andre's guy could be easily 3rd or 4th, right? And the 3rd place guy could have been 4th or 5th. We're that close, okay? In points and everything, okay? So, of course, I go up to ask the judge what you want. They said, fuck, you were so good and everything, fucking symmetry and all this stuff, and you're running into those other guys. It was such a tough class. I go, honestly, your size is great. Tighter, I guess. And that's hard to do because you already came in super tight. Maybe just a little bit drier. I don't really know what to tell you. I took that as a compliment too, right? The judge is telling you it's going to be hard to improve, and you're right in there. Number 1, it's possible. But number 2, there's not a lot of work to do, right? You just got to figure out what that work is, since he couldn't quite tell you and do it. So I was coming in even more condition, which I did. I was vascular as a motherfucker the next week. So the Mr. Washington, I was vascular as a motherfucker. And there was a guy named Eli Walsh in there. Fucking god dang, that guy had huge arms. Boom! This is these peaks that just like mountain tops for biceps, right? So I knew I was running for my money with against that guy, the security guard somewhere. And then professional security guard. And then we had a guy named Ricky Collins, and he was freaking. He was super peeled and lean, just dry, lean, shredded, everything else. Had gone through. I didn't know about this till later, but he had blown out both of his knees, both of them, and he recovered from that. Guy's an animal, man, and it was still top 5 in that show. And then there was Matt Porter again, Matt Loudon again. And after the Mr. Washington, he competed in the Mr. USA. So 5th place was me, and then 4th place was Eli Walsh with the big ass arms. The 3rd place guy was Ricky Collins, and we were all really close. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we were all over the place. Could have easily interchanged those positions. We were just right in there, okay? Indisputable 1st place was Matt Loudon. 1st place votes all the way across. Undisputed 2nd was Matt Porter. 1st place votes all the way across, who came back and won in 2010 the Mr. Oregon. 1st place votes all the way across, beat Gabe Moen, the freak, right? For the overall, because Gabe Moen was appealed super heavy that year, and he beat Gabe Moen by split decision. So Matt Porter was the Mr. Oregon in 2010, undisputably for his class, and then split decision for the overall. And then the next week, after Matt Loudon won that fucking show, he was 3rd place in the USA's, and he had been a junior national champion already. Okay, so dude, hair of an ass away from the pro court. And that's where it got exciting. That's where I knew I was going to be able to hang in against the freaks and stuff, even though I was just an average looking guy, you know. I can kind of put the physique together a little bit, fair enough. The illusion and everything, right? And that's huge, right? You get the vascularity, you get the right coach, you get the right symmetry, aesthetics. I had a lot of that naturally anyways. But those big ass workouts and power bodybuilding and everything, I took my physique to another level, and getting that conditioning down really helped as well. But that's all I've got for you. That is the one I got the best poser award in. And Ingrid, the gal that I was doing, I trained her for that, and I helped her with her, and I was a posing coach for that. She got the best poser award, and I can't take credit for her dieting, right? Because that was a guy. He was a really good. Dadgummit, I wish I knew what his name was. I can't remember anymore. Short little guy who was just phenomenal, little athlete, national competitor, and great coach. But I can't remember his dadgum name. And no, Dustin Bies did her prep one year. Dadgum doorbell, and I can't remember though who did it. Wasn't Dustin Bies that year. That was later on. This one was somebody else. Dadgum, he worked for UPS. I can't fucking remember his name. God damn it. But cool cat, right? And Roger Baker stepped in here and there to keep her mind right. I kept her mind right. Mike Miner got in there, kept her mind right. She was a good camp. She had a lot of people helping her. And she just went in there and stomped them out in that show. Alright, this has been Showtime. With Showtime Shredded Fitness over here. Size, growth, whoosh. Get big, motherfucker. And my best memories of that are posing with my son, Cliff Sandberg, when he was just a little guy, right? He was like 3-4 years old back then. Just a little bitty guy. He was cute. He's a cute little fucker up there. He did a good job too. He's a good little poser. Alright, it's been Showtime with Showtime Shredded Fitness over here. Size, growth, whoosh. Get big. Take care and God bless.